Hello, my dear aspirants. A very warm welcome to you all. I hope all of you are doing great and preparing well for your coming examinations. I welcome you all to our official channel of Adda 24/7 Northeast. I'm your mentor, Shubhankar Nongsiet, and today I brought a very important session for all the Northeast aspirants who are planning to give bank examination. Now, when we talk about bank examination, there are quite many trending examination. Among them, one is your SBI Clerk, whose notification came up yesterday, and the vacancies are quite good. And along with that, if you know that there was a special recruitment drive also, so we are going to talk about that as well. And also, there are few changes which has been seen in this particular recruitment this time. So let's understand all those changes and let's learn among Northeast state which state has the highest vacancy and who can apply or what are the needs that you have to fulfill if you are planning to give this particular examination. So we'll talk about vacancy, we are talking about language, we are talking about salary, exam pattern, everything. So let's start. So this is a notification at glance. Let's understand the notification first. So if you see here, this notification came up yesterday at the evening hours, and this is from State Bank of India. The post name is Junior Associate, which has been named as your customer support and sales. This is advertisement number, and out here the 9,140 vacancy that you see, right? 124 vacancy. This includes the backlog vacancies. Now, what is a backlog vacancies? Let's understand that. So, actual regular vacancies is 7,680 and 1,444 are your backlog vacancies. And this backlog vacancies are for those aspirants who belongs to ST, SC and OBC community. Okay, it depends state by state. Some state have given you vacancies for ST. Some states have given for OBC, some states have given for SC. So we cannot consider backlog vacancy in this particular notification. So what do we do is we are going to consider regular vacancies only. But as we belong from Northeast state and we are tribals, so what we can think is backlog vacancies are also a vacancy count that we can include in this particular recruitment examination. So it's a good choice for us, right? 1,024 vacancies. The application form would be online. And application period is from 11th August to 31st August of this particular month, and the examination is going to be organized in the September 2026. Exact date has not been found, but most probably it will happen on the 2nd or 3rd week of September, and mains examination would be on the November. So you don't have that much time. So if you really want to crack this particular examination, then start your preparation right away. Start preparing right away. Okay, do not wait further. Let's move ahead. Now, if you see most important Northeast vacancies, let's understand what are the vacancies, which state holds how much vacancies. So if you talk about Arunachal Pradesh, out here only regular vacancies I have considered. Backlog vacancies you can check. Some of them I have given for ST, some is for SC, and some of them are XS. XS means ex-servicemen, right? Arunachal Pradesh has 55 vacancies this time, which is a good number of vacancy. Assam has the highest vacancy, which is 110. Again, these are the languages. We'll come to this point as well. Manipur has 14 vacancies, Meghalaya has 24 vacancies, Mizoram has 32 vacancies, Nagaland has 27 vacancies, Tripura has 48 vacancies, and Sikkim has 60 vacancies. So if you talk about the weightage, highest vacancies has been seen in Assam, then we have Sikkim, and then we have Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, so these are the states which are having highest vacancies this time. So total vacancy in Northeast is around about 370. These are regular vacancies that we are talking about. Okay, now if you move ahead, don't misunderstand the backlog vacancies. So I have explained it to you. This particular vacancies has come up in special recruitment drive. Okay, special recruitment drives, and who can apply in these vacancies? Only students who belong from SC, ST and OBC. There also you'll have to look if your state is giving that opportunity to you or not. Like for Meghalaya, I think ST has good number of vacancies in backlog also, so you can consider that as another choice. So there are 1,444 backlog vacancies that are not open for everyone, but only open for students who belongs to these communities. Okay, let's move ahead. Now, Northeast language rule. This is very important part which they have emphasized in this particular notification, that a candidate must be proficient in the specific local language of state or union territory they apply for, and you must know how to read, how to write, and how to speak and how to understand. This all part is necessary for you if you are applying for your own state. So this is a good thing because many students from outside state applies in Northeast state because they know that the cutoff goes a bit less as compared to the other state. But this time language proficiency is taking a strict action where only those aspirants are given chance who belong to that particular state. So there's a good chance for our Northeast brothers and sisters. The language test is conducted after qualifying means but before joining. So there are some stages, we'll understand that. And this is the last stage, you can say, where they'll check your local language proficiency test. Now let's understand what are the languages that they are offering for different state. Now if you talk about Arunachal Pradesh, you must learn English. You have to speak in English. Then Assam, we have Assamese, Bengali and Bodo. These are three languages that they will mention in LPT. Then we have in Manipur, we have Manipuri and English. Meghalaya, we have English, Garo and Khasi. Mizoram, Mizo. Nagaland again English. Tripura, Bengali and Kokoborok. And Sikkim, we have Nepali and English. So these are the language requirement if you want to apply from this state. So if a student belongs to Meghalaya, then between these three, if he knows anyone, it will work. Okay, but mainly they are emphasizing on Khasi and Garo. Okay, next part. So, but there's a good thing also. If you had this local language in your class 10th or 12th, in that case, you are exempted from this particular exam. That means language proficiency test is prohibited to you. You don't have to give. You just have to give 2 stages of examination, and that way you'll get the job easily. So if you have studied the specific local language in class 10 or 12, then you don't have to appear for separate language tests. But those who did not have the language subjects in your class 11 and 12 or 10, in that case you'll have to apply, you have to give this particular test, that is local language proficiency test. Okay, and there's a good thing also in a state transfer. So be very careful, whatever state you're applying for, you'll be getting posted in that state itself. Okay, and transfer takes place in a matter of 5 years actually. After 5 years of service, then only you can take transfer. And that also, they give you transfer only in the exceptional circumstances, such as extreme compassionate grounds and spouse grounds. Okay, but if you are applying from Meghalaya, suppose, then you'll get posting in Meghalaya itself. Okay, so this is a good thing. It's not all over India, they will not send you here and there. Okay, you'll be getting the first posting in your own state itself. Okay, now let's move ahead. What are the education qualifications which are required, my friend? So you have to be a graduate if you want to apply for this post. And you have to be graduate by the 31st of December 2026. So a good thing about this part is that those who are in the final year semester, right, even they can apply, but conditions apply that you must be a graduate before this particular date. If you graduate before this date, then you can easily give the examination, okay, and easily take your selection right away. Next part, let's talk about age limit. So if we talk about age limit, as on 1st April 2026, your age should be from 20 to 28 years. This is for general, but obviously there are relaxation. You can see OBC 3 years, ST, SC 5 years, and other categories are there. Along with that, date of birth is, if you want to understand on the base of date of birth, then it should be from 2nd April 1998 to 1st April 2006. If your birthday belongs in between this particular age, then you can easily apply. Okay, let's move ahead. Now we have SBI Clerk salary, for which we are working so hard. So salary, the basic pay is this much. Okay, it does not mean that you'll be getting only this much. No, this is the basic pay. Along with that, you always get emulsion. Okay, emoluments is there. There is your TA, DA and other things. And roundabout your salary would be around 46,000 per month. Okay, and mainly if you talk about different state, it depends on state by state as well. So like in Mumbai and all, you'll get more DA. Dearness allowances given more, and other allowances and 2 additional increments are also given to you. Right, if you belong to such particular state. Let's move ahead. Next, what is the selection process? So selection process are of 2 phases, 2 main phases, and one is a language test. And this local language test is only given by those aspirants who did not have a language subject in their school level. But the main stages are your phase 1 and phase 2. So phase 1 is just qualifying. You just need to qualify. Okay, and in phase 2 is where your merit list is being formed. Merit list is being formed. Okay, let's understand this particular phases. If we talk about phase 1, which is a prelim pattern, so here you have 3 subjects that you have to focus. That is English, you have numerical ability, and you have reasoning ability. These are 3 subjects. Each has its own weightage. Let's see what are the weightage. In English, you have 30 questions which carries 30 marks. In numerical ability, there's your mathematics, you can say 35 questions of 35 marks. And reasoning, you have 35 questions for 35 marks. That means 1 marks you're getting for each answer. And you have a sectional timing as well. You have 20 minutes for each section. 20 minutes for each section. So total marks is 100. And to complete this entire paper, you'll have only 60 minutes. That means 1 hour. Okay. And there's a negative marking also. So you have to be very careful under your speed and accuracy. You have to maintain the speed. Along with it, you have to maintain the accuracy. Otherwise, you might end up getting a negative marks. So it's 1/4 of the mark. That means 0.25 would be deducted if you do a mistake. Okay, each section has separate timing. Yes, it's mentioned. And also the good thing about SBI Clerk is that there isn't any sectional cutoff. Okay, so you just need to get an overall cutoff. So we'll make another video for that where we'll discuss about cutoff and how the pattern was in the previous year, so that we can make a roadmap for ourselves, like how to prepare. Okay, because we need a smart strategy because we don't have that much time now. Similarly, if you talk about mains pattern, so out here one new subject is added for you, that is your general financial awareness. I mean, in mains you get one extra subject, that is your general financial awareness, but other three subjects are exactly same. You have general English, then you have quantitative aptitude, and then we have reasoning and computer aptitude. Okay, so these are the subjects which are included. Now if you look, the highest weightage is given for reasoning and computer aptitude, which is your 60 marks. And then if you talk about general financial awareness, 50 questions 50 marks, means 1 marks each. General English 40 questions 40 marks, 1 mark each. Quantitative aptitude 50 questions 50 marks, 1 mark each. But reasoning and computer aptitude is 50 questions 60 marks. That means there are some questions would be 2 marks as well. Okay, 2 marks questions are also there, so you have to be careful. So timing, if you talk about for general financial awareness, you'll get 35 minutes. For English, 35 minutes. For aptitude, you have 45 minutes. And for reasoning computer aptitude, you'll have 45 minutes. So roundabout, you'll be having 2 hours 40 minutes. And each section will move forward once one section ends. Suppose this section ends, then suddenly this section will start. Then this ends, again this, like that. Okay, based on this timing. So total marks is 200, questions is 190. And out here also there's a negative mark of 1/4. That means minus of 0.25 will be considered out here if you do some silly mistake in it. Okay. Right, let's move ahead. Most important selection rule is that prelims marks is not added. This is just qualifying. You just have to qualify. But the most important part is your mains, so you have to focus on mains properly. Okay, mains is very, very important. Right, and in mains we don't have to attempt all the questions. Mains strategy is only what? Only accuracy. Only accuracy. For prelims we need speed and accuracy. Okay, but if you go for mains, then speed is not that considered, accuracy is more important for us. And most importantly, you have to understand question selection. You should know which question you are being able to do it, right? And that way you need to solve the questions. Okay, next part. Now LLPT, don't ignore this because there's a weightage for this as well. Okay, those who did not have their language, the local language in their school level education, in that case you'll be needing to apply this, you'll be needing to appear for this LLPT, which is local language proficiency test, and these are the marking scheme marks. Okay, see, non-verbal objective 15 marks, non-verbal subjective is 15 marks, and verbal test is 20 marks. So roundabout this is 50 marks. 50 marks is given for LPT, and this is also just qualifying. You just have to qualify. Okay, that's it. This is your LPT. And next, if we talk about a special bonus, this is also a new thing which has been added. So if you are an SBI trained apprentice, suppose you have done apprentice training in SBI, then a very good thing for you, you're getting 5 bonus marks for yourself in your mains examination, which is a lot. Okay, students end up not getting selection for 0.5, 1 marks, 2 marks, but you're getting 5 bonus mark, my friend. Okay, so those aspirants who are doing SBI trained, who are SBI trained apprentice, who did apprentice training in SBI, you surely should apply because you have a good point for yourself. Okay, so eligible trained SBI apprentice can get 5 bonus marks in the mains, and that's how much, 2.5% of 200 marks, which is a lot. Okay, no one gives you 5 marks so easily, right? So this is a good point for those who have done apprentice training in SBI. Now if you talk about application fees for ST, SC and other categories, it is 0. You don't have to pay, you are exempted. They use the term exempted. But if you belong from general, OBC or EWS, then you have to pay 750 rupees. And fee is non-refundable, keep in mind. Next, important dates, as I've mentioned before. So application started from yesterday onwards, which was 11th of August evening. And the last date is on 31st August. So roundabout we have only how many days? 20 days to apply. Right? So please don't wait for the end date. Try to apply as soon as possible. And prelims is going to be conducted on the September. So most probably, if I know, most probably they'll conduct on the second week, because generally what they do is they try to maintain a 30 days gap between the notification and the examination. So if you see, then it should be on the second week of September. Okay, and worst to worst it will be third week, right, lately. And mains in November. So when mains is in November, so between prelims and mains, they make sure to give you around 2 months of gap. So for mains also, we can expect that November's second week would be the sweet spot where they might conduct the examination. And in few days, you'll get to know the dates because bank exams are quite specific with their role. They always mention the date accurately. Now, these are few documents which you have to keep in mind. So while applying for the form, and every documents need to be applied online. So you have to be very careful with the specifications given. So photographs should be less than 10 kb and so on. These are some criteria which are given, so you have to understand. So make sure that you prepare all this thing first and then you apply. And this particular things is given in your PDF, notification PDF, which I'll paste in the comment box. Okay, you can go and download the notification PDF. There they have specified all the important dimensions, size and other things. So first add it to that point and then you apply. Okay, then you apply, it will be very easy for you. Next part, if you go, waiting list. This is another thing which is new for SBI. So in waiting list now, what they'll do is they'll reserve 50% of vacancies. Suppose the qualifying mark in mains is, suppose, let me take roundabout, suppose 65 marks is qualifying. Suppose I ended up getting 67, okay, which is very close to the cutoff, but many aspirants are getting around about 80 to 120, something like that. Okay, so this marks aspirants will be falling under waiting list. So this waiting list is mainly meant to fill the unfilled vacancy. Before it was not like that. Before what used to happen is, suppose in 2024, 100 vacancies were vacant. Okay, these are vacant. So they need to fill it on the 2025 cycle only. They'll fill this particular vacancy on 2025 cycle. But now what they'll do is, they'll keep like a reserve. 50% of the vacancies would be kept as a reserve. Suppose 200 candidates are being in the waiting list. So if somehow someone does not join or resigns in between, that time you will be getting the chance to join this particular branch. Okay, because it happens like that. Most of them who cracks the exam, okay, who qualifies for LPT as well, but at the end they do not join the bank. So in that case, your vacancies remain vacant. So bank is not going to make any delay this time. They're going to fill with the waiting list vacancies. Okay, during our time, even though we were in waiting list, we never got chance to fill those particular vacant, because every time the 2024 cycle vacancy was filled on the 2025. But this time this thing is not happening. If somehow someone resigns, then you'll be allotted to that particular vacancy. So it's a good thing for aspirants who qualify just by a margin. Okay, right, this is a good thing. And next, probation. Minimum probation is of 6 months, right? And during this probation period, you'll have to complete all the necessary e-lessons and performance, and this can affect your probation period up and down. Okay. So these are the main points which has been changed in this particular notification. So what are the 7 things you must remember? Firstly, this much vacancies. Why am I considering? Because in Northeast, most of the aspirants belongs to ST/SC community, so backlog vacancies can also be considered for you, right? But you have to look in your state if they are allowing you to join or not, because in some cases I did not see any vacancy for ST, 0 vacancy for ST, but they had vacancies for XS, which is ex-servicemen, right? And all. So you have to look based on your state where backlog vacancies are available for you. So you can apply 2 times, right? In special recruitment drive also you can apply, and in this SBI Clerk regular vacancy also you can apply on both. Next, apply for one state, and whenever you apply for the state, that is where you'll be getting the posting. So be very careful, because it might happen that some aspirants from Guwahati will apply for Meghalaya because there's a language of English, right? So they'll have to move in Meghalaya. So you have to be careful while filling the form. You have to be very cautious. You have to choose the state where you want to literally stay. So whatever state you choose is where you'll be given the posting. Okay, so be very careful. Next, local language requirement is very, very important. This is a good point which is given out here. And then prelim mark does not count final merit list, and mains is of 200 marks, and this determines the merit list. So you have to focus on mains a lot. Along with that, starting basic pay is this much, but along with the TADA, your salary is going to go around 40,000, right? So these were the main majority reforms and main points that highlighted this SBI 2026 examination. So I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was helpful, then make sure to share it with your friends. And we are planning to start a new series in YouTube for free of cost. If you are interested to attend those sessions, then comment down below new series. And based on the comment, we'll plan if we can bring out a series or not for our Northeast brothers and sisters. So all the very best. Make sure to apply. I would say that as an aspirant, you should appear for all the examination if you have age limit in your hand. Okay, what happens later on, it does not matter, but you should apply. That's the motive. So make sure you apply, and if you have any queries or doubt, you can comment down below. I'll surely respond to you. So thank you, keep studying, and see you in the next session. Bye bye.